There's a number you'll never see, but it sees you. The apartment, the car, the mortgage, the job, the insurance premium you didn't even know was rigged. 3 private companies own this number. You don't. They sell it 50 billion times a year. To banks, landlords, insurers, employers, to people you'll never meet, who judge you in 0.3 of a second. There are exactly 8 tiers of this number. 93% of Americans live their entire adult life trapped in the bottom 4. This is every tier of credit score and what the system really knows about you. Start with the scale, 300 at the bottom, 850 at the top. 550 points of difference between 2 human beings who on paper earn the exact same paycheck. The number's built from 5 factors. Most people don't know any of them. 35% of your score is payment history. One missed payment, even years ago, cost you more than a bankruptcy in some models. 30% is what you owe, divided by what you could borrow. Use 30% of your limit and you're penalized. 10% and you're rewarded. 15% is the age of your oldest account. You cannot buy this. You cannot accelerate this. Time is the only ingredient. 10% is new credit. Every application leaves a scar that takes 2 years to fade. The last 10% is your credit mix. They grade you on variety. 3 bureaus collect the data: Experian, Equifax, TransUnion. They don't all see the same things. They don't all agree. 2 of the 3 might list a late payment. The 3rd might not see it at all. And between FICO and VantageScore, there are over 23 different versions of your number alive right now. The one you check on your app, it's almost never the one your lender uses. Your 3 bureau scores can differ by 60 points on the same day, on the same person. And 1 in 5 Americans has a major error on at least 1 bureau file. The bureaus receive over 1 million disputes a year. Most are closed without reading them. Your score is not a fact about you. It is a private company's opinion of you for sale. Tier 1, the invisible. Score, none. Range below 500 or no file at all. 45 million Americans live in this tier. Not because they're poor, because the system has no record of them. If you've never had a credit card, never financed a car, never carried a loan, you don't exist where it counts. No apartment will approve you without a cosigner. No bank will give you a real card, only secured cards backed by your own cash. Your phone carrier will demand a deposit. Your utility will too. An employer will see the blank file and read it as a red flag. Most of them are young adults, recent immigrants, cash-only households. Disproportionately women, disproportionately minorities. The cruel paradox: to build a score, you need a score. The invisible isn't bad with money. They're erased by an economy that only counts the borrowed kind. Tier 2, the high risk. Range 500 to 579. The mainstream banking system has officially classified you as dangerous. Your last car was financed by a buy here, pay here lot. An auto loan at this tier carries an APR above 25%. The same Toyota Camry costs the high-risk borrower $40,000 more than the Untouchable. Same car, same job, same person, different number. This is where predatory lenders feed. Title loans, payday loans, refund anticipation loans. Average payday loan APR in this country, 391%. Every product designed for this tier extracts more than it gives. The bottom of the credit system is more profitable than the top. And the deeper you go, the harder it is to climb out. The high-risk borrower pays an extra $15,000 over a 5-year auto loan For the same car, the Untouchable drives off the lot. Tier 3, the Subprime. Range 580 to 619. You can borrow, doors open, but the price is engineered to keep you here. A subprime borrower can buy a house. The math just rewires their life. Mortgage rate at this tier, roughly 8.5%. Tier 8 pays 5.8. On a $400,000 home, that gap is $220,000 over 30 years. That's the price of being misjudged by 90 points. Your credit card offers come with annual fees, low limits, and rates above 29%. Your auto insurance in most states just doubled. Because in this country, insurance companies use your credit score to set your premium. Not your driving record, your credit. The subprime tier pays the price of being approved. Roughly 25 million Americans sit in this band. Subprime isn't a stage. For most who enter it, it's a destination. Tier 4, the borderline. Range 620 to 679. This is the most dangerous tier of all because you think you're almost there. Most apartments approve you. Some make you pay double the deposit. You can get a mortgage at 620. The threshold is engineered to feel like progress. But the rate gap between a 620 and a 720 is still over $100,000 on the same home. You get approved. You're just punished for being approved. Most people in this tier think one more credit card will push them up. It doesn't. Every application drops the score for 24 months. The pre-approved letters are bait. Each rejection costs you points the score can't see. The borderline tier is where most Americans are convinced they're middle class. The bank doesn't see it that way. Together, tiers 1 through 4 hold 93% of America's adult population. Tier 4 is the line the system draws between the people it works for and the people it works on. Tier 5, the average. Range 680 to 719. The middle of America lives here, approved for most things, optimized for nothing. Auto loans clear, mortgage applications pass. But every loan is priced at the average, never at the floor. Mortgage rates at this tier are a full percentage point higher than the top. Your credit card rewards exist, but the best cards quietly reject you. You'll never see the rejection letter. You'll just get a duller card and never know why. The system rewards you for being predictable, just not generously. Tier 5 is also where geography starts to matter. Your zip code feeds the model. Officially banned, unofficially used in dozens of adjacent scoring layers. Move to a wealthier zip and your insurance premium drops. Same car, same driving. Most Americans die in this tier. They never know they could leave it. Two boring habits separate the average from the trusted: a low utilization ratio and time. Tier 6, the trusted. Range 720 to 759. This is the first tier the bank actually wants to lend to. Pre-approved offers arrive that the average tier will never see. Mortgage rates drop, credit limits triple, lenders start calling you. Auto loans clear at standard market rate, no friction. Insurance premiums fall by 20 to 30% versus Tier 3. Same person, same risk of an accident, different number. Tier 6 is where the system starts working for you instead of against you. Premium travel cards, cash back on every category, sign-on bonuses worth $1,000. The mailbox fills with offers, bonus miles, statement credits, cash back on every category. Call to cancel a card, and a retention agent appears with a counteroffer in under 60 seconds. The trusted tier doesn't fight for credit. Credit fights for them. And every dollar borrowed at this tier is a dollar another tier overpays for. But the real privileges begin one tier above. Tier 7, the premium. Range 760 to 799. Above 760, lenders quietly classify you as low risk and high margin. Mortgage rates here match the best rates available to the public. Concierge cards, invitation-only products, negotiable interest rates. The premium tier doesn't just borrow cheaper, it borrows on its own terms. Annual fees waived, penalty rates reduced with a phone call. Your file at all 3 bureaus reads the same way: profitable, predictable, retain. And yet the door behind you is still closed. Mortgage points get waived on a phone call. The lender knows you can shop them against 3 other banks. Concierge services start appearing in your card benefits: airline lounges, hotel upgrades, quiet luxury. Jumbo loans clear at this tier. Investment property loans clear. Cash out refinances clear. Cheap debt becomes a tool. The premium tier uses it to buy the assets the lower tiers rent from them. There is one tier above this. Almost no one reaches it. Tier 8, the Untouchable. Range 800 to 850. About 1 in 5 Americans live here. They don't talk about it. At 800, the lender's pricing model effectively treats you as zero risk. Mortgage rate, the floor. Auto loan, the floor. Credit card, APR, negotiable. Private banks open relationship accounts. The interest rate becomes a conversation, not a sticker. The Untouchable tier isn't about luxury, it's about leverage. Cheap debt is the rocket fuel that built every fortune we covered in episode 1. Tier 1 wealth borrows expensive. Tier 8 wealth borrows almost free. Above 800, a relationship banker is assigned to you. You stop calling support lines. Asset-backed lines of credit appear at prime -1. Mortgages can be paid in interest only. The bank issues you debt against your stocks without selling them. The compounding never stops. This is how billionaires live without ever realizing a taxable event. Borrow, never sell, never pay. Same dollar, different cost, forever. But here's the part nobody tells you. Your FICO score is the polished version of you, the version they let you see. There is another file. It's called ChexSystems, and it's a bank blacklist. Every checking account you've ever bounced, overdrawn, or closed in anger is logged for 5 years. One bad mark and 80% of US banks will quietly refuse to open an account for you. Then there is your insurance score. Same data, different formula, completely invisible to you. It decides your premium for car, home, life, sometimes more than your driving record. There is your tenant screening report, eviction history, lease defaults, roommate disputes. 20% of these reports contain errors. The landlord never tells you why you were rejected. There is the employment screening file, a modified credit report your future boss can pull. In half this country, your credit decides whether you get the job. Your phone carrier pulls credit. Your gym pulls credit. Your dating app verifies your identity through the same bureaus. These are called soft pulls. They don't hurt your score. They also don't ask your permission. Some Americans are pulled 40 times a month and never know it happened. And behind all of it sits an industry you've probably never heard of. Data brokers, LexisNexis, CoreLogic, Axiom. They hold over 4 billion records on US residents. On average, 1,500 separate data points exist on every adult in this country. Your electricity bill, your water usage pattern, the hours you swipe your card, your GPS location at 2 a.m., whether you fill the same tank or visit different gas stations, whether you bought stocks last quarter, whether you skipped the dentist. Each new data point feeds 23 score variants, 4 bureaus, and an entire economy of buyers. And the resale of you is wholesale. Your full profile costs a buyer less than $1. Bought in bulk by debt collectors, insurance carriers, political campaigns, hedge funds. And the law that's supposed to protect you was written in 1970, before any of this existed. You can dispute, you can freeze, you can sue, but the burden of proof is on the human, not the algorithm. Even a credit freeze doesn't block the alternative scores. It only blocks the ones you knew existed. There are over 4,000 data brokers operating in the United States. 6 of them are public companies. The credit score is the part they show you. The file behind it is the part they sell. So back to the dial. 8 tiers, 300 to 850. 93% of Americans live their adult life in the bottom 4. And here is what nobody puts on a TV ad. The 8 tiers of net worth, the 8 tiers of debt, the 8 tiers of credit. They line up. They're the same people, the same family, the same zip code. The untouchable wasn't born with this number. He was taught what the number was made of. The invisible was never told the rules existed. Now you know what the system knows. Most of America doesn't. The dial doesn't punish you for being poor. It punishes you for being unread. Every tier above tier 4 starts the same way. Somebody told them how the number was built. We just did. And once the bank trusts you, the next number that decides your life, is the one the market puts on your money. Next time on the money tier, every tier of investor, and the strategy at every level. Subscribe to the money tier. Where do you really stand?